Hi, it's Joy, and today we're going to be watching Star Wars Rebels Season 1, Episode 9, Gathering Forces. This is going to be the first proper, Part 2 episode that isn't intended as a one whole episode. I'm so excited to jump back in where we left off in the last one. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of these reactions on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go! Is Chopper okay? Woohoo! When she called for Chopper, I really thought he was gonna have recovered and be ready. And of course, they just didn't know he wasn't ready, and now I'm sad. Do they want to destroy the ship so that you know the guy that has all their intel is dead? Does he recognize that this ship is the rebels he's been chasing previously?
Didn't you hear, Hera?
Didn't you
Oh.
He said he knows what happened to your parents.
I already know what happened.
Oh, sweetheart.
Go.
Okay, I really respect her for really putting Ezra's life, his memories, his parents, what that means to him, knowing that, truly finding out what happened to them, whether that is, they're in a prison camp on XYZ planet, or they died fighting and da-da-da-da, knowing actually what happened would be important to him. I really respect her for, part of me is like, just right now there are more important things we do have to get to the mission, but I respect that she really does care about him. That shows you that he is part of this team now. And the flip side, I know partly with Ezra, it's him being like, oh no, I don't care, my parents are dead and I'm alone, therefore I don't need to know because I already know they're dead and I'm alone. He doesn't want to face the truth. But there's also that part of him that is putting his needs second and the needs of the crew. Hera needs her to go and help, so you go and do that right now, that is what's more important. So both of them have, I enjoyed that exchange.
Are they?
Oh.
My parents dead.
Exactly, sweet boy. He could have asked Sabine to stay and get the information.
Because his cybernetic implant has downloaded half the Empire's secrets. Okay, I can see that. Let's get him out of here.
Yes, please.
Sibo was afraid. Sibo could not raise Ezra Bridger.
Coward!
Oh.
Stop them! Why didn't you stop them?
Oh, he just said he was a coward, he couldn't raise Ezra. So Ezra said in the last episode, right, that Sibo left and went to work as a data analyst or whatever after his parents were taken by the Empire. That suggests that they said to him, if something happens to us, will you be there for Ezra? Ezra had grown up on the streets because he didn't think he could deal with him. That is a lot to forgive. I wonder if that time that was almost Sibo hiding from the hard truth, wanting the implant to turn on.
Parents trusted you and you failed them and you failed me.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive you for that.
Oh, sweet boy, I don't blame you.
What are you doing?
I hope helping, because he's really good at this stuff. Oh, Chopper.
You're the one who has history with Sibo. What do you think we should do?
Don't know, don't much care.
Ezra,
Oh, sweetheart, you
as
can't.
a Jedi if you can't be honest. With yourself, at least.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe take him somewhere where the just two of you can talk.
The Imperials can't follow us through hyperspace. Can they?
Imperial XX-23S threat tracker was developed by Sinar Systems to trace
He is useful.
to destination.
Hello, my love. He's okay.
Whoa, calm down.
He's okay.
Offline for a few-
Find that tracker, you rust bucket.
We love you, Rust Bucket.
Oh, I gotta leave the ghost and go to this nasty-filled asteroid as a favor to Sibo.
As a favor to all of us,
Sweetheart.
I'll be right beside you.
I really hope he and Kanan can talk on this mission. Because Ezra has a lot of baggage and he's been on his own. Of course he doesn't know how to healthily deal with it.
So, I've been on my own since I was 7, okay? If I let myself believe my folks were alive, if I let myself believe they'd come back and save me, I'd never
Sweetheart.
have learned how to survive.
I know, my love, but right now you have a family. You have people that are looking out for you. This is the time where it's okay. You're not alone anymore. And I know he hasn't truly believed that all the way down to his core yet. Oh. I was good with never coming back here again, but okay.
Over the plan. Really the best time for a lesson?
I mean,
But I figure it's learning like you do best.
yep. He listened. Ezra has had to learn to survive if he makes it the same situation.
I'm afraid.
Oh,
I got this,
sweetheart.
kid. Everyone's afraid. But admitting it as you just did makes you braver than most.
This is really important.
Yeah, into the jaws.
Though it's interesting because right now, as much as it's hard, it's sort of psychologically interesting because right now Ezra knows deep down, deep down maybe, that if he can't do it, Kanan will do it instead. Like, Kanan is capable of doing this. But then is there still that part of him that doesn't fully trust that he is part of this team, that he does have people looking out for him, that part of him will still be like, no, must save myself. We are friends. We are one with the Force. Be friends.
One with the force.
I don't think seeing it is the...
I'm not afraid of them.
Oh, my love.
What are you afraid of? I'm afraid of knowing. I'm afraid of the truth.
Oh, sweetheart, that was brave.
I'm sorry. I forgive you, Sibo.
Oh.
I too am sorry. Forgive me. For everything.
Oh. That was really sweet, really brave, and I'm very proud of him. I was so caught up in the feelings that it took me a second to register. The creatures all sat there like, yes, we're ready. Is that the chip from the communication?
Clearer now, but it's difficult.
He was hiding from his own sense of failure, from his own not wanting to fully face how he failed the Bridges, and Ezra not wanting to face it all, fearing that if he were to face it, he couldn't live with it. And Ezra's forgiveness has helped unlock his mind.
That intel will be invaluable.
It will.
Until an important in accident. Sibo access file on Ezra Bridger's parents. Sibo, no.
Me, and I'll tell Ezra.
She will. Even if it's awful, they will tell him. That was his biggest failure. It wasn't, as Ezra sees it, protecting his parents. Because like Hera said, what could he have done against the Empire? It was protecting Ezra should something have happened to them like it did.
I sense.
Sir, they're not alone.
Bless you, Ezra. Fuck. How do we get away from here? There's a freaking cruiser up top.
Kanan,
Oh fuck. Oh my lord, sweet boy.
you're not going near it.
I believe nothing can.
Ezra's parents would be so proud of him. Like, the easy thing to do in that moment would have been to run. Like, seeing that Kanan had fallen, like, the sort of easy, selfish thing to do would have been to try and I mean, okay, the Force he'd have found you, but sweet boy.
Is swallowing you up, even now.
No.
Your master.
Remember the light and the love.
Your friends will die.
Ezra, my darling, stay strong.
Will be lost.
These are the things he was afraid of. He was afraid to let them in and love and then lose it all. Oh my lord, Ezra. Oh, Ezra.
No.
Drop Kanan's lightsaber, you bitch. Ezra, is that too much for him? And he just leaves him because he wants to go to Ezra. Okay, that's good. You dropped it like the bitch you are. Oh, I love this team.
My master will not be pleased.
Oh, boo-hoo. Sucks to be you. Ezra?
I saved us?
You did.
You did,
Something
sweetheart.
doesn't feel right.
Your powers are growing so quickly you weren't prepared. I didn't teach you what you needed to know. I'm sorry.
It's a learning curve for both of you. He never expected to be a teacher. He never finished his own training. But our family is safe, and that's what matters most.
Ezra,
Oh.
I have something to...
Ezra needs a little time to himself right now.
And a hug? You can do with a hug. Everyone is vulnerable to the dark side. It's what you choose to do ultimately that matters.
I found something.
Oh.
Dad.
Happy birthday, Ezra Bridger.
Oh. They love you so much and they would be so proud of you. And what you'll fight for, and the fact that you fight for those you love, despite the world having given you 1,000 reasons to just look out for yourself. That you fight for innocent people, you brave boy. That was such a good episode. Every episode where they meet the Inquisitor so far has been very powerful. It's so interesting because in so many ways this show feels like a much more, you know, it is that lighter show, it is that kids show, but it also has the real stakes. I'm really loving it. I'm so proud of Ezra this episode. In general, I'm proud of Ezra. You know, when you think about what his life has been like, if he was the oh, I don't care about anybody else, I'm alone all the time, I just don't have anyone in my life type of person that he often pretends to be, or that he would like to think he could be, you would understand it, because from the age of 7 he has been fending for himself. You know, the family friend that was meant to look out for him didn't. No one looked out for him. He had to fight and fend for himself. But even then, he was finding ways to help. Oh, for goodness sake, sorry, let me just put that on Do Not Disturb. Even then, he was finding ways to look out for other people, to save them from stormtroopers, to try and help other people as long as himself. He never forgot the lessons his parents taught him. But it's more than that, because he could have remembered those lessons and been like, well, look what it got you. You were taken away. You lost everything. I'm not going to do that. But he never did. And even with this family, I think he's beginning to fully trust them, even if he doesn't quite all the way trust that it's not going to get snatched away from him again. But the way he is willing to fight for Kanan, the way they have got this bond, the whole team has this bond, it's so beautiful to see. And him admitting he was scared, not just scared of the scary creatures, but scared of knowing what happened to his parents, scared of knowing that they are dead and never coming back, scared of knowing that actually they could have come back any time and they didn't, scared of knowing that they've suffered horribly, scared of truly believing he could be part of the team of the Ghost and have another family, because what if this one is taken from him again? It is a lot of scary things for a 15-year-old boy who has suffered for more than half his life to admit, and I'm so proud of him for doing it. I think an important thing to think about in the real world as well as in the Star Wars world, the dark side, darkness, dark thoughts are always going to have temptation to them. It's what you choose to do that matters, and Ezra is choosing to fight. You know, if he let some dark side emotions come in, which is why the big creature came, you know, it was okay for the little creatures to attack, but the big creature meant it was the dark side. I don't quite get that part. But, you know, he was doing it from a place of wanting to protect. Now, that is similar to potentially Anakin's initial reasoning for going to the dark side being to protect Padme. But, you know, it's what... If you make some bad choices, as long as the rest of your choices are good, I think that's what matters most. So I love that Sabine took the chip. I love that she cleaned it up, checked it out, and it was a photo of him and his parents. Just kill me. It's so... everything that boy deserves is a family like the one he's fallen into on the Ghost. And he's like the piece of this family that they didn't have, but they always needed. And then Hera knows whatever it is that Sibo knows. She knows what happened to his parents. I kind of agree that right now in this moment wasn't the best time for any big news, or even little news, as Ezra did need time. I'm intrigued about what he was saying, like, we need to talk. Is it that Ezra's powers are growing too quickly, that they need to, like, dedicate some time to it? I don't know, but I'm intrigued for the next episode. I'm absolutely loving this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.